All right, we just pulled up to our third spot of the day here. I'm hoping some of those marks right there are Almaco jacks, which we can keep. This time of the year, there's not a whole lot that's in season and close, so that's why we're kind of easing our way out south. We plan to catch some vermilion snapper, maybe some Almaco jacks, and then once we get a little bit deeper, we're going to try for some grouper with some of the live baits that y'all seen us just catch, and then also some jigs as well. So we're going to drop down on here, see what happens. Well, that was quick. Woo, I'm getting whacked. There it goes. Very quick. Some of these spots right here haven't been fished in a long time, I'm sure. This is just a super pyramid, which is an artificial reef. You've got tons of them out here. Some of them are on fire, and some of them, there's not much of any kind of life going on. Mangrove, dude, nice, and I got an Almaco jack. Well, that was a good first drop.
Legal.
Yeah, that's a good keeper. Shoot, yeah. So I've got me an Almaco jack. This is a fairly small one. These fish can get up to 40 and 50 pounds. However, this is pretty average size for some of these fish. They are delicious, and they're very closely related to their cousin, the greater amberjack. However, on these fish, their dorsal fin comes up much higher, and they're usually darker and wider in shape. And so if you're not 100% sure, I would not keep these fish, but I've caught a lot of these, and you can go on the Fish Rules app, and they have a description on there, a better description than probably what I'm telling you right now on how to distinguish these fish. Be an Almaco. Oh yeah, Almaco. Nice. Yeah. See, that's a better one right there. Heck yeah. And as you can see, these fish are usually not very picky on what they'll hit. I mean, they are just destroying this jig right now. On again. Uh-oh. That might be a little bit better one. Fishing over top of this structure, you gotta really hoss them, because they love to get down in that structure and break you off if possible. Oh yeah. I might give Riley a slow pitch setup and let him get some of this action. But a few more than mangroves would be nice too. Let's see what we got. See, that's a greater amberjack there. Not what I really wanted, but a good fight. Come here. Meow.
So Almaco get up to 40, 50 pounds?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't know if y'all can tell between the one in the basket there and this one, but you can tell how it's a little bit narrower in shape. So this is a greater amberjack here, and that dorsal fin doesn't stick up quite as high. It's not as pronounced. So that is an undersized greater amberjack. They're not in season, and that's a small one, so he's going back. I'm gonna drop back down. Come on, hit it. So with this slow pitch jigging, I've got an 80-gram jig on here. And when you drop it down, you want it to go straight down. You don't really want it to flutter. I mean, you could, but you're gonna get hit on the way down. You get down to the depth that you want to fish, you're just picking up and then letting it fall back down, and it looks like a wounded bait fish down there versus like fast jigging, where it looks more like an escaping bait fish. There's another Almaco. Boom. And this is the targeted species. They are absolutely delicious. Once we get a few in this basket here, we'll bleed them out, brain and bleed them. Make that meat quality a lot better. These jigs is a surefire way to get these fish, and they're super fun to catch. We're down about 3/4 of the way down, picking our rod tip up, and then when we got slack is when they hit it, and they are just whacking it right now. Come on.
Yeah, it's freaking
They keep hitting it on the way down. There we go. Another one. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Yeah, I can see them coming up 40 feet. Crazy. They're following them up too. Another Almaco. Boom, a little better one. Give him the old yeet. Right, you want to try this jig? When they're like this, you don't really need bait. Yep. Yeah, buddy. Good fish. All right, so we have found ourselves a little bit deeper. We're in 207 feet of water. And I'm using my Seymour mapping chip here. As you can see on my screen, if you zoom out, you can see all these little ledges, rocks, humps, all that good stuff. You can buy these chips online, but I've got mine from Ken's Cartoons in Mobile, Alabama. If y'all want to go check them out, I might be able to hook you up. But it's a great tool to use when you're out here fishing this natural bottom stuff. We do have a potential to catch grouper, jacks, exotic species. We are after vermilion snapper, but you never know what we're going to catch out here. We're marking fish from 190 feet to all the way to the bottom. And if y'all can see, I've got my sonar zoomed in to the bottom half of the water column. So you can see I can zoom out. And it don't look like there's much down there, but when you zoom in, which you can do this on most units, you can see there's a lot of life down there right now. And so what I usually do is try and troll around all these humps and ledges and whatnot and see where I mark the best looking stuff on the bottom. And then we're gonna put the trolling motor down and we'll drop some squid, maybe some jigs down, and just see what happens, see if we can get some bites. So earlier I was using a 4-ounce weight. Now that we're deeper, obviously we're gonna go a little bit heavier weight. So I'm using an 8-ounce. Still using the chicken rig. Small pieces of squid. It's a BB. It ain't a big one, but it's a beeliner. I got me one. So we use the double hook rig so we can hopefully bring up more than one fish in a little bit deeper water. Definitely got probably 2 right now. Nope, not big at all. Baby. There we go. That ain't no beeliner. That might be an old group dilly wampus. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Get up. Don't you get me in that rock. No. No. Get up. That could be a jack. Let me put this thing in low gear. Let me tighten drag up. We got to get him up off the bottom. Come on. So what we want is this fish to just give up about halfway down or halfway up. Probably means it's a grouper. I had 2 small pieces of squid on. It's a great thing about fishing out here, y'all. You just never know what you're gonna bring up in this depth. So many different species of fish. Starting to fight. I think it's a snapper. Oh, it's a big gag. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, a gag on a piece of squid this big.
They're not in season.
No. 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 Oh. Dude. Look, that's how big that piece of squid was. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I haven't caught a good gag grouper in a minute. All right, well that is a good, nice sized gag grouper. We don't really get a whole lot of these in the area that we're at. Let's get a quick measurement on this fish. see, 31, 32, 32-inch gag grouper. Beautiful looking fish. However, they're not in season, so we're gonna have to throw this guy back. But there might be some other grouper species down there that we can drop a bait down on. Can't believe I just got this fish up. Beeliner fishing. I honestly don't know how I got that fish in. He broke my weight off. And y'all check out both these hooks. They look like kale hooks. Bent them both out. Put a lot of heat on that fish. We're gonna go ahead and swap these hooks out and put a new weight on and see if we can get on any more beeliner. I've done sparked Riley's interest. He's already dropping some of those live baits down, trying to get him one. So that's a good sign though. We're in a grouper-ish area, so maybe there's some scamp around, maybe some red grouper. Red grouper is actually in season, and scamp as well. But we'll take whatever. As I said this morning, we're out here just having a good time, scouting around, seeing what happens. Now, it's absolutely beautiful out here. There's virtually no current, no wind. Can't ask for better conditions to be out here 60 miles in a bay boat right now. We're just searching around right now, this natural bottom out here on this Seymour mapping ship. Obviously I don't get to get out here a lot, so I don't really know like specific spots to go to. So we're having to search around using the transducer to find them. And we're catching beeliner, but they ain't giants. We're looking for some of those 3-4 pounders. We'll find them. You got them up off the bottom?
Yeah, I think it's a grouper.
All right, here. Let's take it out of flow gear. Back that drag down a little bit. Oh, I was letting Rodney do the work. We'll send it back down. Let's hope this is a big red grouper, scamp. Not a gag, but we will take a gag for a picture, for the gram. You tired? A little bit. Big old gag, son. Big old gag. Oh, golly. We got to throw this guy back. That's a big one. Dude. I think you broke your grouper curse. Golly. That's a 30-pounder. Yeah. Dude, I ain't never caught one that big.
I've never caught one nowhere near that.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a freaking stud on the ruby lip. Well, I know what area we're coming in to target gag grouper when they get in season. That is a giant right there. At least for this area. Woo, you lucky grouper. There she goes. One more. Yes! Well, it is unfortunate that we had to throw this fish back, but we have some waypoints now, some good looking areas to come back when they are in season. I do believe they open up in like maybe December, some weird time of the year. You would think they would open it up with other species that are open in the season, like red snapper or amberjack. Oh, it's a double something. A jack, Almaco, and a squirrelfish. We'll take it. We will take. I think that's a squirrelfish. Either that or a bank sea bass. They make some great bait as well. Yeah, that's a bank sea bass right there. Pretty sure they're in the grouper family. We own some fish. Pretty sure that is a bank sea bass. And these are actually delicious. If I'm not mistaken, they're in the grouper family. You don't get a huge fillet off of them, but they'll curl up nice in the grease and make for some good live bait if we need it. Big bait going down. I can't let Riley one-up me. That's probably a 40-pounder.
I want my gag back.
Got him. Oh, instant bite. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I did make it to the bottom. Maybe.
Yep, swim up, swim up.
I got one too, buddy. That's a big fish. Oh. I think that was on the bottom. Hooked up, both big fish. Get up, get up. Got yours coming?
He's coming now.
I was just saying, I was like, yeah, that kind of looks like amberjack on the screen there. As I was saying, that Raleigh got whacked on the way down. Thought I made it to the bottom though.
It almost feels like he's tail wrapped, because I know he's not rubbing on the structure.
These reels that we're using, y'all, is this is an Avid HXW Raptor. Very powerful reel. They've got like 40 pounds of drag. It's a 2-speed, and that low gear makes a big difference. Huh?
Yep.
Jack? I don't know. Mine kind of gave up. I got a big red grouper, dude. Giant red grouper. Giant red grouper. Oh. Yeah! Dude! Dude! Yeah! That's a stud!
That would be the right species.
Oh! Dude! Never caught a red grouper in my life. And that is an absolute tank. Oh! And they're actually in season. Oh my gosh. That's got to be 25 pounds. Golly, y'all. Yo, check out that monstrosity. That is a fire truck right there. This is my first red grouper. We don't really catch a whole lot of them here along the Alabama Gulf Coast. So to be able to land this fish right here and it be in season is just phenomenal. Look at the mouth on that guy. Tell me that guy couldn't eat just about anything he wanted down there. And that was on a ruby red lip. Sight. Super sight. 26 pound red grouper. Good Lord. So I don't know what the record is. I'm not gonna bleed that guy out. We're just gonna put him on ice. I can't remember what it is, but that's the biggest one I've ever seen in person. So we're gonna throw him in the box. Holy cow. If we don't catch another fish, my trip is made. Riley's got a giant gag. I've got a giant red. Pretty sure we're gonna catch some more, but it's gonna be hard to top that.
Oh, come on.
Going back down with a big old, uh-oh. What you got over there?
That was on bottom.
That's a grouper.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's a gag. Oh, it's a big gag. That's about the size of the one that I caught earlier. Golly, dude. I ain't never caught this many grouper on the Blackjack before. Not this many big ones. Holy cow. Y'all check it out. Riley just brought up another good keeper gag. This is the third one in like an hour. 3 different spots. See if you can just kind of rejuvenate them. Turn them upright. Oh, he was ready to go. He's ready to go. All right. Just moved spots again. We kind of ran out of some good lively baits where we caught all those grouper at earlier. So we're going to try and catch us some more ruby lips or squirrel fish out here. Big old B liner. That's a keeping size liner. Ocean liner. Oh yeah. We are getting on some meat today. Check it out. Good size vermilion snapper, mingo, B liner, whatever you want to call it. It tastes good. Big old giant beeline. It looks like a dang queen snapper. Golly, we need a picture of that one. Oh, that's a big grouper. Ah. Woo. We got him. All right, we got us a pretty good fish right here. I had the rod sitting in the rod holder, messing with some jig stuff. Heard it click, go off. Pretty sure this is a grouper. Woo! Got it in low gear right now. I got a feeling that it's a gag though. We're in 300 foot of water. Just gonna take it nice and slow. It's a big fish. When this rod bends over, you know it's a good one. Starting to give up just a little bit, just kind of feeling weight, dead weight coming up. There's my leader. We got about 80 to 90 feet before the fish gets up. Pump and crank, pump and crank. There it is. What is that? It's floating up. What is that? There's a gag? Oh no! That's another gag. No! Big old gag grouper. This is absolutely ridiculous. We're gonna have to let this guy go too. Oh my gosh. Circle hook right in the corner of the mouth. Oh. Let's check it out. I ain't never caught this many gags in one day out here in the Gulf of Mexico. This is crazy. See? Well, she was ready to go back. That's a big old fish. Golly. That's all I got. Come on. That's all I got. I'm holding the spool. Golly, this is a massive fish. That's all a drag.
That's the same drag that red grouper was on.
Yeah. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. We're getting ready to wrap it up right now. It's about 3:45 in the evening, and we have had non-stop action out here fishing some natural bottom, a few artificial reefs. Raleigh's still hooked up. We've been hooked up like non-stop out here. Caught an insane amount of grouper for this area. I've actually never caught that many grouper in one day, at least gags. And just crazy day out here. Had a good time, and I hope y'all did learn something. And if you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel if y'all enjoyed this video. or any other type of fishing here along the Alabama Gulf Coast, we're gonna end the video as soon as Riley gets his fish up right here. And it's Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson on the jig. Uh-oh. Well, as I was saying before, I got rudely interrupted by this fish that just broke me off from the rod sitting in the rod holder. If y'all would like to see any other fishing videos related to something like we did today, y'all be sure to hit that subscribe button. Do this all the time, especially when it looks like this out here right now. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Catch y'all back out on the next one.